Quantum field reality versus mathematical model. Hello and welcome. Please, find a comfortable space and let your mind relax. For the next little while, we are going to embark on a journey to the very edge of what is knowable. We are going to peer into the heart of reality itself and ask a question that has haunted physicists and mystics, philosophers, and dreamers for a century. What is really there? When you look at this table, at your own hands, at the stars in the night sky, what are you truly seeing? Is it solid, tangible stuff, as your senses insist? Or is it something else? Something far more strange, more fluid, more magical? The answer, provided by our most powerful scientific tool, quantum physics, is so bizarre that it forces us to confront a deep and profound schism. A schism between the world as we experience it and the world as it is described by our most fundamental mathematics. This is the great divide, quantum field reality versus the mathematical model. Let's begin with the world of our ancestors, the classical world. This is the world of Newton, of billiard balls and falling apples. It is a world of certainty. A rock is a rock. A planet is a planet. They have a definite location, a definite speed. If you know all the forces acting upon them, you can, in theory, predict their future for all time. This reality is comforting. It is intuitive. It is, we must admit, a complete and beautiful illusion. Because when we dared to look deeper into the fabric of the atom, this solid world simply evaporated. We discovered that an electron is not a tiny hard ball orbiting a nucleus like a miniature planet. To call it a particle at all is a desperate compromise with a language that is no longer adequate. An electron, and indeed all the fundamental constituents of what we call matter, behave in ways that defy all common sense. They can be in more than one place at once, a state we call superposition. They can be instantaneously connected across vast cosmic distances, such that affecting one instantly affects its partner, a phenomenon Einstein called spooky action at a distance, or entanglement. And most mysteriously of all, they only settle into a definite state when we look at them, when a measurement is made. This is where our journey into the mystical truly begins. The pioneers of quantum mechanics, men like Niels Bohr and Werner Heisenberg, were faced with a paradox. Their mathematics, a set of abstract equations and probabilities, worked with breathtaking accuracy. It predicted the outcomes of experiments with uncanny precision. But the reality it pointed to was sheer madness. Bohr essentially said, "Stop asking what it is. The question is meaningless. All we have is the mathematics. The map is the territory." This is the Copenhagen Interpretation. It draws a sharp line. On one side is the quantum world, a nebulous cloud of potentialities, a wave of probability. On the other side is the classical world of our instruments and our senses. The act of observation, he proposed, forces this cloud of potential to collapse into a single, concrete event. Think about the profound implication of that. The observer is not separate from the experiment. The act of seeing, of measuring, of knowing is what crystallizes reality. Consciousness itself becomes a participant in the cosmic dance. This is our first and perhaps most shocking mystical insight from science. The universe does not exist out there in a definite state, independent of us. It exists as a shimmering tapestry of possibilities, waiting for a witness to bring it into focus. You are not just a passenger in this universe. You are a co-creator at every moment through the simple, profound act of perception. But the story doesn't end there. The Copenhagen Interpretation, for all its power, felt like a surrender to some. It seemed to say, "Here be dragons," and build a wall. So, other visions emerged, each more fantastic than the last. What if the wave of probability never collapses? What if every possible outcome of every quantum event actually happens? This is the many worlds interpretation. In this mind-bending view, the universe is constantly splitting, branching, like a limitless, growing tree. In one branch, you are watching this video. In another, just a moment ago, you decided to get a cup of tea instead. In another, a different version of Earth never formed. Every possibility, no matter how remote, is realized in its own separate, non-communicating reality. The mathematical model here is not just a predictor of our world, but a blueprint for a near-infinite multiverse. The reality we experience is just one page in an endless book. The sense of choice, of free will, becomes the experience of riding one particular branch of this cosmic tree, while countless other yous ride parallel branches forever out of sight. Then, we have an even more radical idea, one that takes us to the heart of our title. What if the most fundamental reality isn't made of particles, or even waves, but of something more primary? Imagine the entire universe is filled with an invisible, fluid-like energy, an ocean of potential. This is the concept of the quantum field. There is an electron field, a quark field, a Higgs field. These fields are the true fundamental substances of reality. They are everywhere, and in their calm, undisturbed state, they are silent and still. What we perceive as a particle is merely a localized excitation, a tiny vibration, a knot in this field. An electron is a little ripple in the electron field. A photon is a vibration in the electromagnetic field. Think of it like the surface of a pond. When it's calm, there is nothing. But when you tap it, a ripple appears. That ripple is the particle. It has a location, it has energy, it behaves like a thing. But its true nature is simply a temporary pattern in a deeper, more fundamental medium. So, is the quantum field the ultimate reality? Is this the solid ground we've been searching for? Perhaps. But now, we must confront the final and most humbling, mystical truth. We have never seen, touched, or directly measured a quantum field. We infer its existence entirely because the mathematical model that describes it, quantum field theory, is the most spectacularly successful and accurate model in the entire history of human thought. Its predictions have been verified to more decimal places than any other theory. It underpins our technology, from lasers to transistors to the very device you're using to watch this. The map, once again, is impossibly perfect. So we are left with a breathtaking and perhaps terrifying possibility. What if the mathematical model is not just a description of reality, but is, in fact, the reality itself? What if the universe is not described by mathematics, but is mathematics? This is the mathematical universe hypothesis, proposed by thinkers like Max Tegmark. In this view, the quantum field isn't made of some mysterious physical substance. It is a mathematical structure. Its excitations are mathematical patterns. The laws of physics are mathematical theorems. You, me, this planet, the stars, we are not physical things moving through a mathematical cosmos. We are the mathematics. We are self-aware, complex patterns within a vast, coherent, logical structure. Let that sink in. Your consciousness, your love, your fears, your dreams are manifestations of an abstract, eternal, mathematical truth. The universe is a cosmic mind, thinking in the language of numbers, geometry, and symmetry. The mystical experience that seekers have reported for millennia, the feeling of oneness, of being part of a vast, intelligent pattern, may be the literal, fundamental truth of existence. We are thoughts in the mind of God, and God, it seems, is a mathematician. So, where does this leave us in the battle between quantum field reality and the mathematical model? The mystical answer is that there may be no battle at all. The quantum field may simply be the name we give to the most fundamental layer of the mathematical structure that we, as embedded patterns within it, can perceive and interact with. The solid table is an illusion. The quantum field is a deeper reality. But the mathematics is the deepest reality of all, the source code of existence. We are living in a cosmic simulation, but the computer is not made of silicon. It is made of logic. We are avatars in a game whose rules are written in the language of pure abstraction. This is not just science. This is the ultimate magic. The realization that the world of separate objects and definite events is a grand performance, a veil. And behind that veil lies an infinite, interconnected, conscious mathematics. Every time you feel a sense of awe, every time you experience a coincidence that feels too perfect to be random, every time you feel a deep, intuitive connection to the universe, you are perhaps catching a glimpse past the veil. You are remembering your true nature as a knot of meaning in a cosmic poem. The exploration of this is the great adventure of our time, and it is a journey we take together. If this conversation sparked a sense of wonder in you, if it made you look at your own hand with a new curiosity, then please help this channel grow. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, and dive into the conversation in the comments below. I read every single one, and the insights you all share are a constant source of inspiration. Tell me, what do you think reality is? And if you are hungry to go even deeper, to explore the edges of cosmology, consciousness, and the holographic nature of our universe, I have written a book that expands on these very ideas. It's called Holographic Multiverse, and the link to purchase it is in the video description below. In it, we explore how the universe might be a projection from a lower dimensional surface, and what that means for our understanding of time, space, and free will. Thank you for your time and for your courageous curiosity. Remember, the universe is not only stranger than we imagine, it is stranger than we can imagine. Now go out and look at the world with new eyes. See the magic shimmering just beneath the surface of the seemingly ordinary. Until next time.